24-18. And they got back into it off the pressure defense. Nice move by Rodney McRae for his first field goal.
Rodney handles the ball well.
Here's Newman, rejected, and they will jump it up. So Johnny Newman has come off the bench to hit 4 out of 4. He had that career-high 28-point game against the Mavericks the other night in Dallas. Knicks control the tap, and Mike Mathis says, no, do it again. Newman stole the tap.
Joe Barry wasn't ready to jump. Now he's getting special care.
An invitation.
Right. We're ready now, Joe.
And he and Bruce Alexander in an animated conversation. And little volleyball effect. This time the Rockets control. McRae going all the way. Rockets 26. And the Knicks 18. Jackson and Tucker now in the backcourt. Cartwright, Newman, Walker up front. Here's Cartwright through the foul. Knicks also want a goaltend. Foul committed by Joe Barry Carroll. Getting back to the Don Nelson coaching situation. As you mentioned, John, the Warriors and the Bucks did work out a settlement, including a 1988 second-round draft pick, which will be the compensation for allowing Don Nelson, if he should choose, to get back to the coaching ranks.
I would be shocked if he didn't accept that role. He's such a competitor, and he's young, and is a very interesting scorer. Wow.
Out of the Southeast Regional.
Don't let Kenny Walker hear that. Forget the press.
Villanova, the lone survivor from the Big East.
Wow.
Rockets by 8, 28-20, just under 2 minutes to go. First quarter. Marv Albert, John Andres from the Summit in Houston. Robert Reed getting lots of room and taking advantage. He's now 4 of 7 from the field, and he's done it from long range. Rockets by 10, 30-20. Here's Cartwright wheeling on Carroll, and again the foul. But this time, it's an offensive foul on Cartwright. Substitution, Purvis short. Replacing Robert Reed. Reed leaves with 8 points. Purvis short. Been doing well off the bench as of late.
Knicks know what to expect with him, too. Don't give him any room.
Hakeem off the head fake.
I mean, that's a bad shot, but when it goes in, of course, everybody loves you.
And Olajuwon has 12 points. Rockets by 12. Tucker. Rebound tip by Cartwright. A fingertip deflection.
Perfect timing.
And Mathis, the outside official, making the call. It's on Walker.
Foul is called on New York's number 34, Kenny Walker. That's his second personal foul.
So Kenny Walker off the trap, called on the foul. Sidney Green getting set to check in. East Regional, Duke leads Rhode Island in the second half, 54-53. Here's Green for Walker. Walker leads with a field goal for 2. Just under a minute remaining in this first quarter. Here's Purvis short. I would have to say the Houston Rockets lead the NBA in rainbow jump shooting between World B. Free, who has not been getting much playing time, and Purvis short.
We had a nice visitor World before the game. A happy World Free, even though he's not playing much.
He has handled it well. It's a 3-on-1. Floyd. And the foul. So Eric Sleepy Floyd doing it on the break, and he'll go to the line.
Sleepy Floyd, a man the Knicks saw earlier this season as a member of the Golden State Warriors. He burned them for 21 points, 10 assists at the Garden.
He was fouled by Newman, able to complete the 3-point play on the Rockets by 15. 37-22. Down to 20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Mark Jackson did not like that hand check.
And Bruce Alexander just called it off.
And here's Jackson getting in and rejected. Down to 5 seconds. Short. Oh, tipped home with 1 second remaining.
Joe Barry Carroll will get that field goal, but it belongs to Sidney Green. And
there never have been at any time a great number of them. There are always only 1 or 2 and sometimes 3, but there were never any more than that.
But at the moment, Keem appears to be the man.
In the top 5, certainly. Moses Malone in the top 10, as is Mike Jaminski. Now, in rebounding, I'm talking about. But not among the greats, certainly.
Just underway, second quarter, and the Rockets by 15, 39-24. Three-point attempt. Eric Sleepy Floyd with 8 points. Cedric Toney has come on for the first time. So the Knicks going with Toney and Wilkins in the backcourt. Green getting in, and he is hacked.
Foul call on Houston's number 11.
Foul committed.
That's his second personal foul.
By Floyd.
Period.
And Green to the line for the first time.
Key thing there for the Knicks is getting the ball inside to their big people when they get good position. Green got that ball in good position and was obviously able to do something.
Five points for Green. Knicks come in with that road record of 4-28. They did win at San Antonio on Monday, lost in Dallas on Tuesday, and looking forward to getting home Saturday night, although they will face the Boston Celtics, but at home they have won 15 of the last 17. Ewing on the block. And here is Toney, took a bump and able to hit, yes, and it counts.
Toney made a very interesting move as he went into the defense and then away. He went in to create the contact. He'll come in right now, cut in front, and then come back out. So he's strong. That's a demonstration of his strength.
Short called on the foul, and here is Toney seeking the three-point play. So Cedric Toney, recent pickup by the Knicks, in fact yesterday signed to another 10-day contract. Rockets by 14, 42-28. Here's Short, and the Rockets lead by the score of 44-28.
That is a layup for Purvis Short. He must have a hand in the face.
And here is Green, rebounded by Floyd. And Newman got a piece of it. Timeout called by the Knicks. Minute and a half gone by. Second quarter. Rockets 46, the Knicks 28.
Second period game clock. You will participate in our Toyota halftime.
Play your game. As Worrell told us, he said Sleepy was disturbed naturally by that, but he is playing very well. He's playing within himself.
You love that phrase.
Where it works.
Wilkins drawing the foul. The basket counts, and he'll go to the foul line. Sleepy Floyd last year was second in assists in the NBA behind Magic Johnson, so perhaps more expected in that category. Alan Level has come on, replacing Floyd. Olajuwon also said that Level has been their only true point guard. Green able to keep it alive, and the Knicks get the new 24. Toney and Wilkins in the backcourt. Ewing up front with Newman and Green. 2 minutes gone by. Second quarter. Here's Ewing, and that time did not get away with that big step.
So he's 1 for 3, as I recall, with those last 3 moves now on this Texas trip.
Allen Level being pressured and pops one down, sends a rainbow to the Rainbow Master. Purvis short. Very lively rims. Everything seems to hang on at both ends. The type of rim that you certainly would enjoy, John.
Those are horrible for shooters. Want the ones that clang and soft, like the old Garden was.
Ewing had it batted away, but last touched by Short.
The old Garden had the greatest rims. They didn't clang, though. They were just very soft.
How do you compare it to the new Garden?
New Garden's tougher. Much tougher rims. Modern day rims.
Here's Sidney Green. Green firing away. That's 8 shots. He's hit 2. Rockets with a 16-point lead. They jumped in front 16-2 before the Knicks went to the pressure. 7 on the 24. Reed from 3. Tony stripped. Tried to go through a couple of Rockets, and Level took it right from him. Level and Reed now in the backcourt. Short, Carroll, and Olajuwon up front. And Tony gets it down to Newman. So the Rockets now lead 46-32.
Knicks will stay with the pressure now and try and create mistakes, which got them close to the Rockets before.
Olajuwon, deep fadeaway. And batted out by Carroll.
Bill Fitch staying with Olajuwon and Carroll together for quite a long time, and it certainly hasn't hurt them.
Now Olajuwon will get a rest. Leads with 12 points. He's the high man. Jim Peterson returns. Peterson did a terrific job off the boards. First quarter with 6 rebounds. And Kenny Walker replaces Sidney Green, who leads with 5. Ewing. And Peterson on the rebound. Knicks making it very difficult for the Rockets. Wilkins on the steal. Here's Walker.
Sensational effort.
And Walker on the steal. Here's Wilkins. And rebounded by Tony, but a loose ball foul call. Very aggressive play by the Knicks.
Boy, what hustle by the Knicks now. Kenny Walker working hard. A lot preceded that effort. And then Walker again gets it back to Gerald Wilkins, who keeps the ball, and then Tony comes in with an aggressive rebound, commits the foul, however.
Rockets again had difficulty getting it down. Level was tripped by Tony. So Tony committing his second foul.
Foul call on the Knicks number 11, Cedric Tony, his second personal foul, team 7.
7:42 to go, first half. Marv Albert, John Andres from the Summit in Houston. 71st consecutive sellout crowd, 16,279. Carroll beating Ewing on an overplay. Joe Barry Carroll with a second field goal. He has 4.
That was well executed by Carroll, one of the game's outstanding scorers. Quickly done for a 7-footer.
And Ewing able to beat Carroll. Ewing's third field goal. He has 6. Reed nearly traveled. Here's Short. Reed keeping it alive. Rebound Newman. Ewing called for the travel again. Ewing thought he was fouled as the Rockets take over.
Bounce pass would have gotten Ewing closer to the basket. That long mid-air pass took him to the baseline, took him way away from the hoop.
Houston Rockets at 38-26. They're third in the Midwest Division. Coming off an 0-for-2 road trip, losing in Sacramento, losing to the Lakers in L.A., lost to the Kings by 17. The steal by Jackson. Mark Jackson off the steal. He's cut that Rocket lead down to 10. And Houston having all kinds of problems with the press. Short on the hesitation. Here's Carroll. 50-38. Houston by 12.
Critics of the Rockets feel, though, that they should be higher in the Western Conference than they are now, ahead of Denver, ahead of Portland. Local experts here feel that they have superior personnel to Denver and to Portland.
Substitutions: Trent Tucker, Sidney Green return. Walker and Wilkins sit down. Three-point attempt missed by Newman, rebounded by Peterson. At short, and Tucker came together. It's called on Tucker, a block. For Trent, his first.
Houston doing a fairly good job. Bill Fitch knew this was coming, this pressure, but they're moving the ball rather well. They're keeping good distance between each other.
Rockets have out-rebounded the Knicks 30-16 in this first half, led by Jim Peterson, who has 8. 6 minutes to go in the half. Here's Peterson. Offensive foul called. Look out.
Well, that's one. If Rick Pitino's looking at that now, just hoping no one is hurt. Bodies clustered together, and all his team.
Crowd reacting to the call of the offensive foul on Peterson. For Peterson is first, and it is Nick Ball. Knicks now have Tucker and Jackson at the guards. Newman, Ewing, and Green up front. Newman was open. Nice pass from Green. And the Rockets by 10. Johnny Newman has come off the bench to hit 6 out of 8. He has 12 points. They trap level. Able to find Short for Peterson. That was handled well. It appeared that level was in danger.
Clear that Ewing doesn't want to risk a foul, too. He was very soft on that, which is unusual.
Rockets by 12. Ewing shutting off the double team. Here's Green. 52-42. Houston by 10.
Solid move by Sidney Green. Little head fake, then the jump shot.
Jackson stays with level. Here is Short. Purvis Short. 3 for 6. 6 points. And again, the Rockets by 12.
Talk about concentration. He had Ewing way off the ground, coming at him, waving his arms.
Peterson ahead of the field. 56-42. Rockets by 14. Ewing spinning in. So Patrick Ewing with his 4th bucket. He has 8.
Oh, twice in a row forwards have done this.
And Short on the rebound will get credit off the goaltend.
I mean, that can happen once a game, but not twice in 30 seconds where forwards will beat you down. There has to be some kind of awareness by the Knicks defensively. Someone has to talk out there. Get my man, help me.
Ewing. Oh, that was a gorgeous move. He had Carroll off the initial fake.
He is eating up Carroll.
Blocking foul on Green. Sidney Green committing his first. And substitutions, Rodney McCray, Akeem Olajuwon returning. Bill Cartwright back, replacing Patrick Ewing. Ewing leads with 10. 5 for 7 for Ewing.
Foul call on the Knicks, number 44, Sidney Green. That's his first personal foul.
And the Knicks apply pressure off this inbounds. McCray for Level. Here is Short. And Purvis Short has been a factor off the Knick pressure.
He is not getting enough pressure, though, himself.
Rockets 60. And the Knicks 46. 3:20 to go, first half. Cartwright. Rebounded by Olajuwon. Allen Level. So that man again is wide open.
Those are layups for him.
Purvis Short has hit 6 out of 10. He has 12 points. And the Rockets propel to a 16-point edge.
Special people have to be treated that way. And Purvis Short is one of the game's great open jump shooters.
Call against the Knicks.
Timeout on the floor. Timeout charge to Houston.
Bruce Alexander with the call. No clear-cut indication. Now here it is. Blocking foul on Green. Rick Pitino did not like the call. Timeout is taken. Rockets by 16 points. Going into tonight's play. 2:40 remaining in this first half here in Houston. And the Knicks trail the Rockets 62-46. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Level. Allen Level has played well in handling the ball. That's his first field goal attempt, and he hits it.
Gerald Wilkins certainly has the idea on Purvis Short. He's all over him, and Level helped that situation.
The Rockets just tearing it up off the boards and lead by 18. It's their biggest lead. Newman forced to the bad shot by Peterson. Houston opening the game, leading 16-2, destroying the Knicks off the boards. Knicks made a run off the trapping defense, but here are the Rockets building the lead once again as Allen Level makes it a 20-point margin.
Well, I would say there's no tension in the Rockets' play now when you see a shot like that executed by Level.
Wilkins way off. Walker fouled off the rebound attempt. Peterson called his second personal, and Kenny Walker will go to the line. Jim Peterson, who missed the first 13 games this season because of bones. Again, the Rockets getting down court, and Short will go to the foul line.
Bill Cartwright can't accept that.
So Purvis Short. And here is Short with the high arcing rainbow.
Surprised it came that close.
Yeah. Gerald Wilkins getting in. So Wilkins with a second field goal. Rockets now lead 68-50.
One of the few Knick fast breaks. That's what they certainly need more of.
Just under a minute remaining, first half. A very poor first half for the Knicks. Here's Peterson. Jackson with the save, but McCray on it. Peterson, and the foul. Here's Wilkins. Short, putting the moves on Tucker, played him well, threw it away. 20 seconds to go, first half. Mark Jackson, Gerald Wilkins. Jackson actually lost it. Wilkins right there.
They'll get an assist.
Yes, he will.
Led directly to the basket.
Here is Short. Not a good shot. 10 seconds to go in the half. Tucker from 3. Yes. 70-55. Final seconds. Level fires.
first half to score. Rockets 7, the Knicks.
So at the half, here at the Summit in Houston, Bill.
Roseland always was a heavy set guy, so I'm taking Barkley for feet.
If you had to pick a set of legs that were going to be able to get you from point A to point B quickly, would be probably Gerald Wilkins.
I think there's two players that stand out, Michael Jordan and Gerald Wilkins. When you watch these two people play, you see the upper echelon of the athlete in the world today.
Oh, I forgot about Michael Jordan. I think I've seen so many Air Jordan commercials that I just sort of taken for granted anymore. But okay, Michael Jordan.
I would have to look at the future of Mr. Universe, Karl Malone. I mean, he's got an unbelievable body, and he's proud of it.
I'd have to think it would be Karl Malone, particularly the way he beats up on us.
I like long-arm players. It makes them bigger.
If there is anybody that has the arms of a 10-footer, and he is 7 feet, Kevin McHale, because he just plays above and beyond anybody from that standpoint.
Fingertips.
They had a lot of players with great hands. I think Larry Bird would come into that category because he uses either hand as well. He's the best two-handed player that I ever coached and one of the best I've ever seen play the game.
As ugly as they are, Larry Bird's, I've never seen a mangled set of hands like his. And I would think probably one of the greatest assets that he has as a basketball player is that he just has super great hands.
From the standpoint of the eyes, Larry Bird, he's an instant camera. He takes a picture and sees it.
I'd have to take Magic Johnson, the eyes in the back of his head, outstanding passer.
If you could ever combine Irvin Magic Johnson's right eye with Larry Bird's left eye, you would have vision that could see, 360 degrees. If there was a heart that you could take and put it in everybody in the NBA, you would take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. For 20 years, his greatness has not been in his ability. His greatness comes directly from his heart and his courage.
They could have had 11 turnovers in the first half, but they handled it pretty well. This guy gave them a great lift off the bench.
Knicks did make a couple of runs, and again, they did it off the trap.
Yes, when the Knicks finally got a couple of field goals, they were able to install that trapping defense. They kept it up, and they caused some problems. Johnny Newman at the other end for that slam.
Newman off the bench hit 6 of 9, 12 points. In fact, he leads the Knicks in scoring. Patrick Ewing hit 5 out of 7 for 10 points.
Ewing with one of his beautiful moves here in the first half, getting rid of Joe Barry Carroll with that nice head fake.
And at halftime, the Knicks are trailing the Rockets 5-15. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
And Tom Prentice came in and did great things with them, so we have to note Brendan Malone's fine eye on that.
Brendan Malone, the head coach at Rhode Island in 84 and 85. And off scouting somewhere this evening.
Doing it again.
Third quarter underway in Houston. Knicks down by 15 points. And Olajuwon turns it over. The Knicks open up with Jackson and Wilkins at the guards. Ewing, Walker, Green up front. Ewing in a battle with Peterson. Here's Wilkins. Rebounded by Green. Mark Jackson has been very quiet for the second straight game. Here's Green. Yes. Sidney shooting the ball. Not shy about it tonight. He's hit 4 out of 11. And the Rockets by 13, 70-57. They've led by as many as 20. Ewing batting it away. Good play. And Houston will regroup.
Yes, Mark Jackson played more minutes than any Knick, 19, but only took 3 shots. Did, however, have 5 assists, but very quiet, as you mentioned, half for Mark Jackson. The Knicks need him to step up and do some shooting.
All right, here is Reed. Robert Reed, who shoots that line drive jumper with his 5th bucket. He has 10 points. Rockets lead at 72-57. A minute gone by, 3rd quarter. Jackson looking for the shot. Very nice. Mark Jackson on the penetration, going around Sleepy Floyd. 72-59. 13-point Houston lead. Walker nearly picked it off.
Knicks are going to go at it now with their full court pressure, and I'm sure they're going to keep it up.
Here's Reed. Robert Reed in his 10th season from St. Mary's of Texas. Ewing again. So the Knicks get it right back, and again it's down to 13, 74-61.
Ewing showing that ability to get up and down quickly.
But Olajuwon with the step to beat Ewing at the other end.
Patrick gambled. No one was behind him. You got to be right when you gamble if there's no one behind you.
14 for Olajuwon. Ewing beating Olajuwon and then blowing the stump.
Well, the help came. Peterson came.
And here's Jackson. Yes. And it counts. So Mark Jackson will go to the line.
Foul call on Houston's number 34, Team Olajuwon.
Olajuwon called for the foul, his 2nd.
Jackson with a nice penetrating move earlier. Mark Jackson will undoubtedly try and keep that up as much as he can. The Knicks need him to do some scoring now.
Mark has a big day coming up this Sunday, promoting a benefit celebrity basketball game at St. John's. Proceeds going to the United Negro College Fund. And among the quote celebrities, Johnny Andrisi will be playing a little basketball.
Always wanted to be a member of a team with Run DMC and Bruce Beck.
Yes. A fine combo. That will get underway at 4 o'clock at St. John's this Sunday. And again, Reed, who has been on fire, his 7th field goal. He's 7 for 12 for 14 points. And he's given the Rockets a 78-64 lead. 3 minutes in, 3rd quarter. Blocking foul call on Reed. For Reed, his 2nd. Johns,
Good.
you liking?
Yeah, good. I do
Lively?
recall them. Yeah,
Yes.
No, they're kind of soft. They're nice. You'll get good numbers out of me if I get a shot.
Always nice to be in the backcourt handling the ball in those games.
That's right.
Here's Jackson. And that's a goaltend. Knicks got a break. Jackson gets credit. So Mark Jackson has come out hot in this 3rd quarter, hit a couple before that, and then gets the goaltend. 78-66. The Knicks have it down to 12. Reed around Ewing. Well, when you're hot, you have to be played, and Ewing jumped out at him, and then Reed took advantage. 22nd timeout called by Rick Pitino with 8:49 remaining. 3rd quarter, and the Rockets up by 14.
Rockets moving the ball well, and Patrick Ewing willing to go out and play Reed. Just saw Reed go right by him. Sometimes I think because of the skills of Ewing, it hurts him because he feels he can handle anybody and do anything, and his energy level sometimes gets him in trouble.
Looking ahead to Saturday night, Knicks return home. A big night of basketball on the Madison Square Garden Network, starting at 8 with game night, Knicks and the Boston Celtics, followed by a delayed telecast of the New York State Federation Class A High School Boys Championship game. Field including Collentine, Adlai Stevenson, Xavier Lutheran, and Rochester McWade from upstate.
Collentine, the #1 ranked team in the United States.
Rockets by 14, 80-66. Here is Green over Peterson. And Green able to follow it up. Gerald Wilkins, yes.
Asking by Gerald Wilkins.
Gerald now with 8 points, coming back from the sprained back injury. Took place during the game in San Antonio on Monday. Sat out against Dallas on Tuesday. Reed, that's his favorite spot. A rare miss for Robert Reed. And a loose ball foul called on Green. Sidney picks up his 3rd.
Second team foul of the period against New York for the Knicks.
Robert Reed actually missed from the corner.
Replacing Sidney Green.
Or as they call him here, Bobby Joe.
Well, the Rockets shooting the ball well, but they're certainly not handling the boards. The Knicks dominating there.
And off the pressure, Jackson with the steal. Gives it back to Wilkins. And that's a reach in on Walker. Kenny Walker commits his 3rd.
Foul is called against New York's number 34, Kenny Walker.
Rick Pitino providing encouragement for Gerald Wilkins. A little down after he missed that shot. It's a crusher in a sequence like that off a steal and missed the easy jumper.
You tend to hate yourself.
Yes. Olajuwon, quick move. Oh.
Nobody can stay with that move, big man wise.
Hakeem has 16 and the Rockets by 14. Here is Wilkins. So Gerald comes right back. He has 10 points. Rockets racing down, and Floyd pushed. Jackson committing his 2nd foul.
His 3rd personal foul. 14 fouls.
I'll make it 3 on Jackson. And he'll be replaced by Trent Tucker.
Sleepy Floyd had an excellent first half, 10 points, 5 assists in 14 minutes.
And now some confusion on the substitution. Kenny Walker will sit down. And the Knicks go with a 3-guard offense. Here's Floyd. Oh, what a tip.
In case of the Knicks not getting secondary rebounding after Ewing, you got Johnny Newman out there as a forward and Trent Tucker. So the Knicks have a problem now on the boards.
Here's Wilkins being guarded by the 6'10 Peterson. Wilkins, air ball taken by McRae. It's a 3-on-2. And again, Reed with the baseline move, but this time gave it up. 5 minutes gone by, 3rd quarter. Illegal defense called on the Knicks. Their first violation.
Timeout.
Houston called. Much discussion here in the Houston area. Hakeem Olajuwon lashing out. Feels that under Fitch, the Rockets don't know their role. He also criticized the playmaking or lack of playmaking of Eric Sleepy Floyd. Here is Hakeem off a double team, and he's called for the travel. Some of the columnists here in Houston referred to the negative reinforcement factor, part of the coaching philosophy they feel of Bill Fitch. Meanwhile, here's Hakeem off the steal, feeding Floyd, and another traveling violation is called.
Yes, imagine how it would feel, they say, to be constantly nagged and second-guessed by your boss. Isn't that a shame? These fellows being paid $500,000 a year on the average, and they're being nagged and second-guessed.
Well, it's all relative, of course. That is one.
That's one
coaching
writer.
philosophy, and it's one coaching philosophy. Well, that is Bill Fitch's philosophy. I think he did it in Boston, and after a while, some players didn't care for that. Mark Jackson able to hit from 3-point range, and another traveling violation. 3rd consecutive possession that the Rockets have traveled. 2nd time that Floyd has been called for steps. And the Knicks take over. They've cut that Rocket lead down to 11 with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's Green going glass. 84-75. The first time the Knicks have been able to make Sixers, the Bullets, and the Knicks. Meanwhile, Atlanta with 2 straight losses. They're now 5.5 behind first place Detroit. And the Central The Knicks have come back. They're down by only 9 with 5:40 to go. Third quarter. Rockets led by as many as 20. Here's Short. So Purvis off the bench. He was hot in the first half. Connects on a 7th field goal. He has 16.
One thing the Knicks have certainly done well after their turnovers, they're turning it into points. 23, as a matter of fact. Houston only 8 after turnovers.
Ewing called for the travel. It's contagious. 3 in a row on the Rockets, and now Ewing for steps. One of the keys in this Knick comeback, the fact they have been able to pull off thievery. 9 steals for the Knicks tonight. Houston with 3. And again the pressure. McCray gets it over to Short, who eludes Jackson. And here's Elijah.
Seemed that Ewing had a piece of that one as well.
20 points for Akeem. 88-75. Rockets by 13. 5 minutes left. Third quarter. Tucker from 3. And Floyd on the ball. Eric Sleepy Floyd for Rodney McCray. And here's Elijah. Doing it inside and outside, and the Rockets back to a 15-point lead. Green forced it and lost. Peterson. Look out, broken up by Elijah, hustling back. Here's it for the crowd, but it will be Nick Ball.
He's some center. I don't know who runs like him in that center position. He's all over the place.
Cedric Toney returns. Kenny Walker comes on, replacing Mark Jackson. Sidney Green. Green leaves with 11. Jackson had 12 points. Newman up front with Cartwright and Walker. Toney in the backcourt with Tucker.
Floyd signaling to the official that Toney's turning the ball over.
And now the Knicks do turn it over. So
bounce it in, please.
Knicks going flat. They cut it down to 9. Rockets call for the timeout. Was a Fitch providing some negative reinforcement? Whatever, it worked. Here's McCray. And the Rockets now by 17, 92-75. In that discussion of negative reinforcement philosophy, Dick Motta, also a coach who utilized that type of credo. Newman able to hit. And the point made that Pat Riley would be on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Kind of interesting, though. I wonder how Riley would be with this team. You know, that's the whole thing.
Although Fitch did go that route with a top club, the Boston Celtics. Here's Peterson. Strong move by Peterson, who has 12. And the Rockets now lead 94-77.
The Knicks big men are just not playing physical at all when you see a Peterson get that kind of position without anyone touching him.
Toney off the steal, having an adventure. Wide open right now is Short. Unable to hit. Caught right off the bubble, and Tucker with a 3-point field goal. Not the kind he had in mind. So it will be Houston ball with 2.5 left in the third quarter.
Coaches like to say, respect the basketball. Not being listened to.
Joe Barry Carroll now operating against Bill Cartwright. Here's Floyd. Short. And it deflected by Walker. Last season, the Rockets only 2 over 500. Finished third in the Midwest, 42-40. In the playoffs, then they knocked off Portland 3-1, lost to Seattle in 6. Here's Peterson, and it's a 3-second violation.
All against the Rockets and Jim Peterson.
Knicks down by as many as 20, cut it to 9, now trailing by 17, 94-77. And the outside official, Bruce Alexander, with a holding call on Carroll.
Cedric Toney getting a lot of quality time for the Knicks in the last couple of games.
Toney signed to a contract for the remainder of the season yesterday. Wilkins off the reverse. So Gerald now with 12, 94-79, Rockets by 15. Floyd able to save it. And here's Floyd giving it up to Short, again wide open. Purvis Short really has had a hand in his face. And the Rockets by 17. Cartwright called for the travel.
That's the gamble when you play a pressure trapping defense. The individual responsibility does break down, and it's very difficult to reestablish it in transition. And that's where Purvis Short just goes to his spot where he wants to shoot, and if the Rockets are smart enough to get it to him, why, he's some weapon then.
Nine on the shot clock. Floyd with the behind-the-back pass, but it was out of bounds. .50 seconds remaining, third quarter. Wilkins with the burst. And a friendly rim for Gerald Wilkins. 96-81. Again, the Rockets on the quick transition to avoid the pressure. Half minute left in the third. And the foul called on Newman. His second.
Called on New York's number 4, John Newman. That's his second personal foul. Team's fifth, period. Rockets in the penalty.
And for the first time, the Knicks are over the fouls 18.
Not bad. And Purvis Short, certainly one of the contenders for the best sixth man award in the NBA. He's only started 11 of their 64 games, 15-point average.
Roy Tarpley, a man we saw close up the other night in Dallas, the leading contender. Another travel.
Phil Bailey right in the middle of it. And we'll see Roy Tarpley, and the Knicks will certainly Monday night at the Garden.
Final seconds of the quarter. Wilkins off the steal, gets it off from three-point range. And yes, he heard it from the crowd. And then Sampson went up against his former teammate, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Ralph did not have a good one. That 2 of his 8 points on the night, 8 points, 8 rebounds in the ball game, outplayed by Hakeem, who had 25 points, 10 rebounds, as Houston knocked off Golden State. And then it was back on the 26th of February when the Knicks played the Warriors out in Oakland that Sampson hurt his leg, went down, and he's out for the rest of the season.
So is George Karl.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that it relates to that, but it does in a way.
So we head to the fourth quarter, and Hakeem has had an excellent night here. Sitting down alongside Jim Peterson. Olajuwon with 22 points and 13 rebounds. Peterson 12 points, 9 rebounds. And the Rockets by 17 as we open up in the fourth. Cartwright in a battle with Carroll. Here's Toney with a three-pointer. Rebounded by Cedric Maxwell, making his first appearance of the game.
Where's he been?
Sitting down, enjoying all the action. Cedric, 11-year man from North Carolina, Charlotte. longtime member of the Boston Celtics and a valuable member of the Celtics. Here's Carroll on a fadeaway. 100-81. Wilkins. Rebound Cartwright. Bill Cartwright now with 8 points, and the Knicks are down 100-83. Rockets have a front line of Maxwell with Short and Carroll, Reed and Floyd in the backcourt. 3 on the 24. Here's Carroll. Just did beat the 24-second buzzer.
One of the few big men in the NBA that shoots the hook shot.
And he's hit 5 of 7 for 10 points. Johnny Newman pops. And the foul called on Maxwell. Pushing foul, loose ball affair. Here's Ewing. Returning, coming on for Cartwright late in the third at Madison Square Garden. Rangers leading Edmonton 6-1. Rangers only a point in front of Pittsburgh, so big one tonight for the Rangers. Ewing, rebounded by Reed. And the illegal defense called for the second time on the Knicks. It is a technical foul. And that will put Purvis short on the line.
Knicks just do not have a big team out there now. Kenny Walker and Newman at the forward. Patrick Ewing, of course. And they just have to hit their shots if they're going to make a threat here. They've got to get a good percentage. They will not be give and go. And I'll tell you, Carroll had to enjoy that more than Short.
Rockets 13 for 19 from the field. And the Rockets lead 105-85. And a delayed call there, traveling violation on Floyd. We have had a host of traveling violations on both ball clubs. Newman was stopped. Carroll on the rebound. And here's Short. Purvis now 10 for 18 from the field. 25 points in all. He is the high man. And the Rockets have their biggest lead. Allen Level getting set to return. Here comes Mark Jackson. And Ewing, with his 7th field goal, he has 14.
He has been very successful against Joe Barry Carroll, who cannot offer any resistance.
Walking foul on the Knicks on Walker. And Pat Cummings, just off the injury list, makes his first appearance. In the last week and a half, he was out with a sprained right ankle. Joined the club yesterday. And looking to work himself back. So Cummings up front with Newman and Ewing, Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt. Cummings matched with Maxwell. Eight on the shot clock. Carroll lost it. And then called for a reach-in. Number 4.
Here in the second.
Broken up by Carroll. Houston with a high number of turnovers, but it has not mattered. Rangers knocking off Edmonton 6-1. So now 3 over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here is Newman. And Ewing able to put it away. Devils leading St. Louis 4-2 after 2 periods of play. Rangers now with 76 points. So they are 7 points in front of the Devils, who trail Pittsburgh by 4. Robert Reed has had the hot hand throughout. 109-89, Rockets by 20. Ewing fouled by Kyle. He had that 2 for 9 in San Antonio on Monday night. Very light pressure by the Knicks, and again Short wide open. Cummings caught it off his face. Newman from Jackson.
Johnny Newman assists to Jackson.
One of the prettier plays of the night for the Knicks. It has not been a good one.
Imagine what would happen to you if you spun around like Jackson just did and in quick motion like he did. And
Still
just
be
made it
spinning.
look so that's right. You may never stop.
Olajuwon getting inside. So he has 24, and the Rockets lead by 20.
This is one of the more notable games, Marv, in which the Knicks have not met the other team physically. Their big people are just not banging at all.
There has been a lack of intensity. Then moved on to Houston. So an 18-point lead for Houston. Guys picking up his 5th foul. Robert Reed, and rebounded by Johnny Newman. And then again Level hit the deck in a collision with Jackson away from the ball. Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Rockets.
Such a fall guy, you know.
Level was leveled again. 6 minutes to go in the game. Here's Cummings. And rebounded by Level. Very casual move by Reed. Olajuwon. Beautiful shot by the Dream, who has 26. Ewing stopped by Olajuwon. Ewing thought he was fouled. Short lost it. Jackson. And the foul on the Rocket and the Knicks, 95. Here's Short. So Purvis Short with 27 points.
Purvis is different, isn't he? Unique shooting style, so reliable tonight.
And here's Short again. Make it 29 for Purvis. Jackson rejected by Olajuwon. 4 on the 24. Cartwright. Cartwright again. And the Rockets lead 117-97, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the game. Robert Reed, time the line drive, went Zippo. And Reed shaking his head. He's had an outstanding night. 18 points for Reed. Mark Jackson sitting down. Plays with 13. And 8 assists. Kenny Walker. 8 points for Walker. And here comes World B3. Oh, Purvis Short with that rainbow specialty. He has 31, so he's too shy of his season high.
That was the highest of all.
.320 to go in the third, and the Rockets by 20. 3-point attempt, And the tip home by Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright.
Purvis short, on fire. He now has 33 points, and that equals his season high. The Rockets now lead the Knicks 121-101. Just under 3 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Kenny Walker with his second straight. Marv Albert, John Andres from the Summit in Houston. Rockets have led all the way. They jumped in front early, right at the start, off to a 6-0 lead, 16-2. The Knicks did come back using the pressure defense effectively, but the Rockets piling it on again in the second half. Walker on the reject, and then took a shot from Olajuwon. Here's Cummings. And Kenny Walker is hobbling now and trying to walk it off. Walker hanging in, but having difficulty. Only off the steal. And the Rockets now lead 121-107.
Walker's in great pain, and at no point does he look over to the bench and ask to be taken out.
And now Walker giving the foul on Reed. He's had leg cramp problems, and it looks like that the leg did cramp up again.
Yes.
Now a timeout is taken with 1:53 remaining in the game. And the Rockets lead 121-107. Scorer's table. That substitution will be made at the next dead ball. Rockets lead 123-107 as Reed fouls Newman. And now we get that dead ball. So here comes Buck Johnson along with Lester from the Lester Connor. One-time Golden State Warrior. Played the CBA last year.
Lester Connor checked in for the game for Reed and Peterson.
Johnny Newman to the foul line. He's 2 out of 2 from the line. He has 18 points.
Johnny Newman continues.
Here's Green. Now Connor with free. And here's his rainbow. So the Rockets lead 125, now make it 109. And the foul is called on Level.
Foul call on New York's number 44, Sidney Green. That's his fourth personal foul.
I should say Sidney Green called on the foul. His fourth, and Level will go to the line. Next point by the Rockets, and the Rockets now lead 126-109. Here's Wilkins.
Gerald Wilkins.
So 126-111. We have had extensive garbage time here in the fourth quarter. Green on the foul.
Called on New York's number 44, Sidney Green.
Green seems to be limping the last couple of minutes.
And Cedric Maxwell go to the line, coming off the strong statements by Olajuwon. Among his remarks, he felt that under Bill Fitch, the players don't know what their roles are. He also felt that they don't have a true playmaker, and that he anticipated that when Eric Sleepy Floyd came over from Golden State and the Ralph Sampson deal, that he would be looking to set people up. Instead, he's been looking for his shot, and team certainly stirred things up.
Yes, he did. He got plenty of press attention. This was front page in the sports section, both papers here, in great detail. I mean, Bill Fitch was really put under the microscope.
And Akeem, not one who, here's Connor off a nice feed. Lester Connor, Akeem, not one who usually speaks out.
Which is why he got that attention.
Gerald Wilkins with 18 points, but Gerald 9 for 23. Yes. World B has hit 2 out of 2. And the Rockets lead 132-115. Down to 20 seconds left in the game. Maxwell gives it back. Oh. 10 seconds left. 132-117. And the night will end with a three-way tie between the Knicks, the 76ers, and the Bullets, all at 29 and 38. Earlier tonight, the Bullets knocking off the Atlanta Hawks, and the Cleveland Cavaliers pick up a half game on the Knicks, so the Knicks trail the Cavaliers by 2 full games. Washington over Atlanta 94-91. Rockets now lead 134-117. 2 seconds, 1, that's it. Houston Rockets in a blowout. Final score, Rockets 134 and the Knicks 117.